The first time I saw her, the forest went silent. Not a breeze stirred the ash from my campfire. Not a cricket dared to chirp. One moment I was alone, staring at the dancing orange flames that painted the clearing with warmth and shadows. The next, a figure glided out of the darkness, and I swore the stars above blinked in fear. Her eyes were black pools that seemed to drink the light itself. Her skin shimmered faintly under the moon, pale but impossible, like bone and glass fused together. And when she spoke, her voice didn't echo. It sank straight into my chest. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered, but there was no threat in her tone. Only curiosity. Only truth. I froze, the words caught somewhere between my throat and my mind. Fear, yes, but also fascination. My hand hovered over the hunting knife I kept at my side, though instinct screamed it wouldn't matter. She wasn't human. I knew it before I could rationalize it. Her lips curved faintly, and I felt the pulse of the forest bend toward her, as if the trees themselves leaned to listen. "Why are you here, human?" she asked. "And what do you know about the things waiting beyond the dark?" I swallowed hard. I'm just traveling. Trying to survive," I managed. But she tilted her head, and I realized survival wasn't what she was questioning. She was testing me. And that was only the beginning. Her name, she finally told me, was Celis. She said she had walked across galaxies older than my own sun, and seen civilizations rise and crumble like sandcastles. She called herself a vampire, but not in the way Earth myths painted them. She drank not blood but energy, the life force that flowed in living beings, the kind humans didn't even realize pulsed through their veins. One touch could sustain her for a century, she claimed. One touch could also destroy me. My throat tightened at the thought. But what she wanted wasn't my energy, not yet. She wanted something else. Something I couldn't name. "What do you want from me?" I asked, my voice steadier than I felt. Celis didn't answer immediately. Instead, she crouched near the fire, her shadow stretching over mine, long and impossible. Her gaze pierced deeper than eyesight, into memory and desire and fear. "I want to know if humans can still feel," she said finally. "Not just the mind, not just instinct, but the heart." I laughed, bitter and hollow. "Most of us barely feel ourselves. And yet you burned a fire in the dark, knowing the things that lurk outside," she replied. "That choice, it matters." A wind rose suddenly, carrying with it a scent I couldn't name, metal and ozone, like a storm before a comet hits. My heart slammed against my ribs. "You're alien," I said, more to myself than her. She smiled faintly. "I am much more than that. I am what you cannot understand yet. And tonight you will see why." The sky cracked with a sound like breaking glass. The trees behind me shook violently, and the shadows behind Celis began to ripple unnaturally. My mind raced. Was this a hallucination? A trick of the dark? Or was this truly an encounter with something not of Earth? I tried to run, but my legs betrayed me. My body refused. It was her presence. It pulled at me, demanded my attention. And then I heard her whisper, "Do not move. Watch." In the blink of an eye, the forest dissolved. Not in reality but perception. I saw the threads of energy that bound every living thing. Luminous rivers flowing invisibly until she touched them. With her fingers hovering near the flames, the fire leapt and twisted into shapes. Creatures, people, cities, and then worlds beyond imagining. I understood then that her powers were not of brute force. They were artistry. They were revelation. And what she revealed next would haunt me forever. "This universe, it is a tapestry of choices and consequences," Celis said. "And humans are threads fraying too quickly. I came here because I sensed a chance for you to change what cannot yet be undone." My head spun. "Change what?" "The experiments," she replied, her voice dropping to a harsh whisper. "On my kind. On your kind. On the balance of life itself. The humans who came before you, scientists, explorers, they tried to harness what should never be touched. They failed. And the failure will ripple, unless someone stops it." I wanted to argue. I wanted to tell her I was just a hunter, a wanderer, an insignificant man. But when I looked into her eyes, I knew. Nothing about this night was coincidence. Nothing about this fire, this forest, or her approach was random. And that was only the beginning. I followed her through the forest, driven by equal parts fear and fascination. Every step seemed to bend reality. Trees whispered names I had never heard. Shadows moved with intent, circling, watching. My compass spun uselessly, but Celis seemed to navigate effortlessly. At the edge of a cliff overlooking a canyon lit by rivers of molten metal, she stopped. "Do you see why I am here?" she asked, voice soft but demanding. "Do you see the consequences of human pride?" Below us, creatures, part machine, part flesh, stalked the canyon floor. They were the result of forbidden experiments, hybrids created to extract energy from life, now loose in a world not ready for them. I felt a wave of nausea. We made these? Her nod was almost imperceptible. And they will consume everything if left unchecked. This is why I need you. Not to fight me. Not to fight them. But to understand. To choose. I wanted to deny it. I wanted to turn back, to flee into the safety of ignorance. But something deep inside me stirred. A core I had ignored for too long. A desire to matter. And then she touched my wrist, light as a feather, and I felt a current of energy unlike anything I had known. Memories not my own, knowledge not earned, courage I never had. I understood then my choices could rewrite the fate of the world. "What must I do?" I asked, voice trembling. Celis smiled. "You must see the truth, even if it breaks you. Even if it changes you forever." The canyon lit with a blinding glow, and I realized the hybrids were not mindless. They were instruments. The experiments had encoded themselves with intent. They were being drawn to the energy Celis carried, as if the universe itself demanded a reckoning. "We can't stop them alone," I whispered. "No," Celis agreed. "But together perhaps we can redirect the outcome. Perhaps one human, guided by one who has lived 1,000 years, can bend fate." We fought through the canyon, not with guns or explosives but with wills. She moved with grace that defied physics, drawing energy from the air, shaping it into barriers, threads, and lightning. I mirrored her in instinct, in raw courage, in choices guided by something greater than myself. Each decision felt like a lifeline, each hesitation a step closer to oblivion. At the canyon's edge we faced the largest hybrid yet. A towering, grotesque fusion of metal and organic sinew, eyes glowing with awareness. I froze, but Celis touched my shoulder. "Trust yourself," she said. "Trust me. Trust what you feel." I lunged, not with strength but with intention. The creature recoiled as if struck by my certainty. Celis wove the threads of its energy into the air, bending it, redirecting it, guiding its purpose away from destruction. And then in a final surge we released a pulse of energy that reshaped the canyon floor, dissolving the hybrids into harmless sparks. Silence fell. The molten rivers stilled. The night returned to its normal rhythm. But I knew nothing would ever be normal again. Celis knelt beside me, her hand warm against my arm. "You did not just survive," she whispered. "You changed the course of things. You proved that humanity can still choose wisely." I looked at her, at the being who had walked out of darkness to show me the universe's hidden truths, and I realized the truth I had ignored. Fear is the shadow of courage. Pain is the echo of love. And sometimes the impossible walks into your life to show you that what you thought was weakness is actually strength. She rose, glancing toward the stars. "I will leave now. My journey continues. But remember this night. Remember what you can do when you choose to act, not just react." I wanted to ask her to stay, to teach me more, to let me be part of something larger than myself. But she vanished into the dark, leaving only the lingering pulse of her presence, a memory of power, choice, and sacrifice. And as I sat by the fire, staring at the now quiet forest, I understood. The world had not ended that night. It had begun anew. And somewhere beyond the stars she was watching, waiting for the next choice to be made. The fire crackled and I whispered into the night, almost to myself, "I will not forget." And in that silence I knew she had already changed me forever.